Joining me now is Punchbowl News founder Jake Sherman, who's on Capitol Hill, former Republican Congressman Denver Riggleman of Virginia, and chair of the Department of African American Studies at Princeton University, our friend Eddie Glaude. He's also an MSNBC contributor. A big welcome to the four of you. And Jake, I want to start with you because, look, the Republican repudiation of Congresswoman Liz Cheney is complete. But Kevin McCarthy just said outside the White House that Biden is the legitimately elected president, which really goes to the heart of what this entire rift in the GOP is all about, especially when you have Republicans like, Andrew Clyde of Georgia today denying that the insurrection even happened. So take a look at what he had to say about this last hour.
There was no insurrection, and to call it an insurrection, in my opinion, is a bold-faced lie. Watching the TV footage of those who entered the Capitol and walked through Statuary Hall showed people in an orderly fashion staying between the stanchions and ropes taking videos and pictures. If you didn't know the TV footage was a video from January the 6th, you would actually think it was a normal tourist visit.
So everything the congressman just said there is just a complete lie. But explain this disconnect, this sort of fence straddling we're seeing right now in the GOP, Jake.
Yeah, I know he might be new to Congress, but that's not. I've been reporting on Congress for more than a dozen years, and nothing that happened that day was anything remotely close to what it would look like if tourists came to the Capitol. That's just one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever heard. But listen, so McCarthy's trying to play both sides of the fence here. He's trying to keep Trump at bay and be able to use Trump to bring out voters and to not primary his sitting members. And Liz Cheney, frankly, was a problem for him and a problem for a lot of House Republicans because they brought up a lot of uncomfortable topics that even if Republicans agreed with them on the substance, they didn't want to talk about them, like Donald Trump's behavior, his involvement in January 6th, a whole host of issues like that while Republicans might agree with it, again, they don't want to talk about it. I will say, though, Jeff, it's stunning. You've been outside of a lot of these meetings with me. This unfolded in about 15 minutes. There was basically no disagreement. So this was not a controversial topic internally for the House Republicans. This is something, and that speaks even more to the volumes of just how unusual of an instance this is. Liz Cheney is being pushed out of this party for talking too frequently about what President Donald Trump has said and done, and it makes people uncomfortable. But, again, 15 minutes they were able to get through this vote. They voice voted it, and she came out and talked to the cameras, and now she's a national figure. So just really all the years I've been covering Congress, one of the most bizarre and interesting days.
Yeah, Jake, I'll tell you what, in watching this play out, I was thinking about the ouster of former House Speaker John Boehner, which we both covered, 2015? Hard to believe that was 6 years ago. He stepped down under pressure from hardline Republicans. Do you see what happened today as an evolution from what started then, or is this really different?
It's really different, I think. I hadn't thought about it in those terms, Jeff, but it is very different. It's different because, first of all, Cheney went through a vote and was confirmed again just a couple months ago as the House Republican Conference chair. Boehner was pushed out because they thought he was too weak in negotiating with Barack Obama, the president at the time. Liz Cheney is talking incessantly and frequently about Donald Trump, a president of their own party. And frankly, what Republicans say is that she's not representative of the Republican conference at whole. And frankly, she's not, right? The Republican conference as a whole is undyingly faithful and to Donald Trump, no matter what he does. You saw that with that clip right there. I mean, people are denying that this instance that we all lived through, this insurrection, was even an insurrection at all. So again, this is not about being conservative or being liberal or having bad tactics or bad strategies. This is about not acknowledging in Cheney's case, a political reality that no one else wants to acknowledge.